Welcome to twoquestions.tv. My guest today is Justin Jones, and we're talking about sales. Welcome to twoquestions.tv. Joining me today is Justin Jones, who began his career in marketing and sales before moving into management consulting, innovation, and design. He's helped hundreds of teams apply design thinking against their toughest challenges and achieve breakthroughs. As co-founder of Somersault Innovation, which is a name I love, he loves design's ability to surprise people with unexpected results. He's also the author of this book, Naked Sales: How Design Thinking Reveals Customer Motives and Drives Revenue. Hi, Justin. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you, Susan. Glad to be with you.
Oh my gosh. I have been waiting for this interview for a while because I've had your book for a while. And I kept thinking, and I don't read these until about a week or so before the interviews because schedules change and things. And so I've had this book on my desk and I was like, what could it be? What could be inside? Naked sales. And when I got in there, I found a succinct, clear work with a very clear, straightforward strategy. And it took this concept that we hear about sales is about relationships and how sales needs to be about relationship building. And it made it so concrete and clear. And I think that's something that we don't see a lot. So congratulations. It's a great book.
Thank you very much.
I just love it. And so, some of our conversation today, there are things I want to know because I read the book, but we're going to have to be a little deferential to our viewers and listeners who probably have not yet read your book. But viewers, maybe you're waiting on your copy to arrive. You should go and get it right now. There are links already in the show notes. You could go look at them right now. Anyway, okay. So what's the real problem with sales? Like, why is it so hard for people? Because sales is hard for people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the real problem is still connection. And it's a very human problem.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of reasons why connection gets really hard. Or maybe you could say is even harder for us in sales.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly the pressure to sell hasn't abated ever.
No.
But typically what we're selling and how we can sell and how we can engage with our customers has become very complex with all the wonderful digital tools that are really powerful and can, unwittingly sort of add to what gets in the way and keeps us from connecting with people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we just haven't had a really practical way to hack into that connection. It's so important. I think a lot of us in sales sort of do a lot of these things
Mm-hmm.
that you read about in the book instinctually, or is it instinctively? But hopefully we're giving you, some clarity through vocabulary.
Yes.
And, a very practical approach to getting there.
Yeah. I had not heard of the term design thinking. I had never heard of this concept of this design methodology until I read your book. And that's weird to me because I've read a lot of books and I read a ton of books, but I'd never really heard about this approach.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe it's because I'm not a programmer. I don't know, but could you explain for the folks watching, what is design thinking and how does it make all of this sales stuff easier?
Yeah, sure. Design thinking is basically a creative problem-solving process. And it's been around for a long time, since I'd say the 1950s, 1960s, and only recently has it become really popular.
Mm-hmm.
And for most of us, when we think about innovation and design, we think about really cool technology products like our iPhones or other similar devices. And people use design thinking to create those because as a problem-solving approach, it's really great for complexity, meaning we don't know exactly what the answer is going to be. We use design. And it involves starting out with a deep empathy and connection for what we call the end user or the people for whom we're designing. And then coming up with sort of new understandings about what's important to those users and using that as inspiration to generate novel approaches.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the last thing I'll say about design is that when it comes to trying to put our ideas to use, there's a very practical sort of rapid prototyping or iterative approach. So we don't burn calories and waste time trying to plan for perfection. We just start trying things based on what we learn from our users and iterate forward as quickly as we can with them. So that's a quick, definition of design. And we saw its applicability for sales because so much of what salespeople are trying to do are similar to what designers try to do. That is, they try to change things for the better. Salespeople are change agents. And you don't know exactly when you start engaging with your customer where that conversation is going to go. There can be ambiguity and certainly complexity depending on what you have to sell. And so using design actually helps you both get there, you and your customer, faster, with greater confidence and with more connection and relationship along the way.
Do you think most sales, I'm about to ask you a third question. Bonus round. I'm going rogue again. Way too often I'm doing this. Do you think salespeople think of themselves as change agents or recognize that they are?
I think maybe when we're at our best, we do. I think in order to appreciate our role as that of change agent, it requires some empathy with your customer. It's easy for us in sales to see ourselves as sort of the hero of our own company and our own interests. Our job is to close the sale. Nothing happens in our organization unless we sell something.
Well,
so we tend to be laser focused on, that sort of finish line.
Yeah.
But if we're doing a really good job, if we're well connected with our customer and we empathize with their point of view, we realize that not only are we asking them to sign a contract, we're asking them to change the way they work, to incorporate our product, our platform, our service, whatever it is. And depending on what we're offering, that can be huge. I was talking with an account executive for a large digital cloud platform company, and he was so excited because he could see how desperately he needed their solution. That it was going to completely transform the way they did their business, and it was going to sort of achieve the vision of their CEO, which was to digitize and become innovative in their space. And he was really frustrated because some of the executive team was totally on board and the rest of them were dragging their heels.
Yeah.
And so we talked about, what he had to offer was change, like in all caps. And so, why not in design fashion, start where the energy is, help the allies, see success, some early success.
Yeah.
Sort of think of it as a domino strategy. Like, where would you place the first domino? Who wants to win first? And if you set it up right, how can you ensure that others will see the change for the positive news it is and want to jump on board instead of, I just want to get them to sign.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's just so interesting. And it's an approach that seems to make sales feel less icky and less uncomfortable. So I really like this approach. Justin, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Where can people find you?
Check us out on our website, somersaultinnovation.com.
Okay, and we'll have that link in the show notes for today.
Thank you.
Okay. Would you like to join me for the after show?
I'd be happy to. Yeah.
Yay! Okay. Viewers, if you'd like to join Justin and me, we're going to twoquestions.tv. That's our URL. We're going to head over there for the after show, and it's the only place you can find the after show, so you should come with us. We'll see you over there. In the meantime, here's the book. Now make sure you get your copy. There are links down below in our show notes. This is definitely one. Look at this. It's a short book, and look how many pages I've folded down. It's like every page. I've taken notes. Like it's ridiculous. This is a great resource. Make sure you get your copy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.